Benjamin, Rosel, you have your own presentation, or a few slides, you said.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then I stop now my sharing.
All right.
Please, I hand over to you.
All right, can you confirm that you are seeing my screen?
Yes, and we can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, great. So first, I would like to thank Ogembe and Te for hosting us. Thank you very much. Great initiative. And thank you to all of you for attending. So I'm Benjamin Roussel. I'm working at Takara Bio as a technical support coordinator since 5 years now. So I will just present briefly what's my cursus. First, I did a Master of Science in the Université of Cergy-Pontoise. So here is Paris. It's a bit on the northwest, as you can see. And then I did a PhD in molecular biology in Sorbonne Paris Cité, which is a group of universities depending on Paris. Precisely, I was working in Avicenne Hospital that is located in Aubervilliers. So you can see that is on the north of Paris. The PhD that I made was managed by the head of dermatological department of Avicenne Hospital. I was working on a rare genetic disease, and I was trying to understand the link between the mutation of a gene and dermatological manifestation. And through my PhD, I worked with different tools, mainly PCR, histochemistry, mass spectrometry. Mainly it's the three methods that I use the most are this one. And thanks to this, I succeed to highlight some mechanism related to the lipids that were disturbed, provoking some dermatological symptoms. 3 months after my PhD, I luckily joined Takara Bio Europe as a technical support. So I've started my career as a technical support specialist. Then 1 year after, I shifted as a technical support coordinator that I'm still today. I will explain a bit further what is it. So as I think Mathieu was saying, we are located, Takara Bio Europe, in Saint-Germain-en-Laye. So it's on the west side of Paris, right here. All right, so what to say about the technical support? First, the technical support consists in helping scientists. So when a scientist is looking for a solution and is not sure how to fix a problem, what kind of product they should use, what kind of technology they could use to lead their experiment, they can contact with us if they see that Takara Bio falls into the range of interest, and we can help them to choose the right product. This is one of the possibilities. And the other one is simply we are helping our customers who already bought a product, and we help them during the experiment if they have some questions, some uncertainty about how to use a product, or eventually when they are encountering some problems, it happens, we help them to troubleshoot, understanding their project, trying to see and get what could be the source of the problem, proposing solution, and waiting that things are fixed to move forward for them happily. So what's the daily life at technical support? So here, in fact, it's daily life of technical support coordinators on my role, but it's most likely the same for all the technical support specialists. I will just explain briefly after the difference. So in the morning, I'm switching on my computer. I'm reading all the emails that we received at the technical support email address. I'm sorting everything, filtering what's relevant, what's not relevant, what's new, what's follow-up, and things like that. And afterward, I'm organizing a daily morning meeting where I'm presenting the new questions that we received, and with all the members of the team, Samuel being one of the members, the chief of the department, as he explained at some moment of his presentation. And we discuss the different questions, and we allocate one question to one member, and the person is dealing with it. And then we are answering our customers during the rest of the day. And we have some of us, we have side tasks. on my side is checking literature. I'm spending a lot of time about that. We can watch webinars from our colleagues from R&D when they are explaining the new products that will be released soon or that are released, to understand better the new technology, how it works, and to have a deeper knowledge of the product to assist further the customer. Or we can prepare simply a training session for our sellers. So just some short remark about the difference between a coordinator and a technical support specialist. The coordinator is simply the one that receive all the messages, read them, and make let's say the first filter and make the presentation. The technical specialist, he will simply, let's say, answer to the emails. So all the work of centralizing all the questions, reading and organizing the technical support is the duty of the coordinator that I'm currently doing. What I can say else, most of our discussion with the customer are by email. We have rarely phone calls. We have also a chat system, and from time to time, but it's very, very rare, we can attend to some conference. I would say that it's once a year, big maximum, to give support, and when some scientists have questions to us, and we can help them, like presenting our portfolio for a particular product range. And basically, yeah, that's it on my side. I try to make short sum up of what's technical support. Basically, it's like helping technically the scientists before they get a product and after they get a product, and trying to understand their project to offer an answer that match their needs. And yeah, that's it on my side.
Great. I was smiling on my side because you said you sort the emails to relevant and not relevant ones. I hope that all emails are at some stage relevant to you. There's a question from Srinka, please.
Hello. Thank you very much for a very nice talk. I actually have, now I remember that I have Takara in really good thoughts, because during my PhD, we were having a viral titering kit from Takara, and I was in contact with customer service, but it really saved our time because we were using old TCID50 titering assays, and the Takara kit really saved us a lot of effort and time.
Glad to hear that.
Pretty easy to use, and we got also nice pictures and so on. But what I wanted to ask you is what are the tasks that you what are the things you like the most about your job and in your daily work? What are the tasks you prefer to do? Or
So I think the part that I prefer is simply writing. I love writing, and to organize my thoughts to something logical, to bring something easy to read for the scientist, and something like that is relevant and that is relevant technically and scientifically speaking. So the writing part and the upstream part of writing, so the organization with all the arguments and with all the logic behind, this is definitely the part that I prefer the most.
Okay, thank you very much.
With pleasure.
There is a question from Lukas Engelmeyer. He thanks you a lot for the nice talk, and he's asking you, how can he match in this literature checking part? Is it quite targeted, or can you go into a broader range of topics? And do you have to report that back as summaries? And how much daily time you spend on reading literature?
All right. I will try to answer step by step. So
triple question, Can you read it?
First, I'm looking mainly at articles citing Takara Bio products. So it's I'm using a system that is like sending me alert saying there is a new article citing this product from Takara Bio. I'm checking the article to get to know more about the way that it has been used, knowing where the customer is located, and things like that, just simply to know more. That's the initial step. Then how I organize that and what I'm doing with all these articles. I have a database because I firmly believe that scientists are much more keen to believe a scientific article rather than, let's say, our marketing material. And I think it's quite natural. I did my PhD myself also. So for me, it's obvious that a published article has more sense for a scientist and it's more reliable. So I use this database daily for when I'm answering to my customers. There is not a single email where in which I do not check the literature and quoting like, yeah, please have a look at this article. They are using this product that you are referring to. It might be interesting. So yeah, this is one part of the thing that I'm using the literature for. And then recently we were implementing at Takara Bio some monthly newsletter saying, okay, so this month it has been published 10 articles, 5 were published in Germany, 3 in Austria, 4 in Italy, something like that. Just that our team is aware, that the seller are aware, that the other member of the technical support are aware. And like this, we advertise this resource that is very useful to help our colleagues and the scientists to see that the products are working and that it can be relevant for their project. And then the time that I'm spending, I will say per day I'm spending easily 1 hour checking literature, looking for article, reading the article carefully, checking if the product site that is written in the article is used in a proper manner, simply checking if indeed the keywords that I used to look for the article are relevant, because from time to time you are looking, I don't know, like Taq polymerase and then bacteria, and you are expecting someone using the Taq polymerase with bacterial sample, and then you look and in fact they are not using bacterial sample. It's just that the word bacteria is coming earlier or after for something totally different. So you have to pay attention to such thing, which means that you need to be vigilant and careful and to pay attention to details. So it's quite intense work, but as a scientist from academic, it's really pleasant because it's like I still have one foot in academic medium, since I'm reading daily what scientists are publishing from basic research. And on the other side, I have one foot in the industry because I'm working at Takara Bio. I'm promoting the products and helping to solve eventual problems the customer may have, or answering questions or doubts customer may have.
Yeah, great. Sounds very great. Thank you very much.
With pleasure.
I think it's quite challenging then when you have a new product launch, huh?
Yes, it is. First, it depends also on your specialty, because each technical support specialist has a specialty. My specialties are PCR, qPCR, stem cells, and ELISA kits. So for PCR, it's quite easy to get because it's a classic method. For stem cells, you need indeed a lot of time to assimilate the data, to understand what you can do with the stem cells, since it's a very subtle and delicate field. You need you really need some time to assimilate everything, what you can do with, what you cannot do with it, culture conditions, all the things like that. And for ELISA, it's the same as PCR. It's a quite classical method. However, for one of my colleagues is an NGS specialist, and for an NGS specialist, you really need also a lot of time to understand the new product, to understand what's the difference with the previous version, what it brings as a new features. So yeah, it depends on the field. On my side, it needs time and patience to understand correctly new products that are coming from the stem cells field.
Yeah, cool. What's the most occurring issues? So what's the questions you want to see on a frequently asked questions page for your job?
Very easy to answer. Most of the time, it's simply customers not following the user manual which contain like how to say essential step to use the product, and it doesn't work. And for PCR, I don't know, they are using like abnormal or already set up thermal cycler program, which is not adapted to the polymerase that they are using, that is coming from Takara Bio. This is very, very common. So in fact, it's very simple to fix. They just change one parameter, add one step or remove one step, and it works. But you need to dig a bit to get that.
Yeah, but I had this issue occurring to me now because I bought the kit from a big company and the manual was not as detailed as from the other company. It was a beta-hydroxybutyrate kit, and there was a small detail with sample dilution, and this information was lacking, and therefore we had this very strange signal. And then I looked at the second manual, and everything was fine. And it can be that you overlook something, but can also be company-wise.
Absolutely.
Maybe I should send it to them. Actually, this could help other people. Put it on
That's also why the technical support is here, because from time to time, indeed, the user manual and data sheets can be not really clear or not enough detailed, and some scientists can be simply lost, because if they are new to the technology or to the product, it's natural that it's not innate for them to work with it, and it's okay to come up with questions in such context.
There is again a question from Lukas Engelmeyer, and he thanks you for answering the first question so nicely.
My pleasure.
And he's asking if it's always a specific question to a product, or do people also approach you with general problems and how to make an experiment working or something, how to tackle a specific question, a scientific question?
Most of the time, it's a specific question about at least a specific portfolio. So we know more or less which products are concerned, one or two products concerned. But it happens that from time to time, someone is new to a field. It happens, I will not say often, but regularly, that someone is saying, okay, I just set up a lab. My project is this, and I'm looking for a provider giving me products to do this type of stuff. And then we have to analyze well, to think, okay, this is the project. They may work with that. They may use such product, and so on and so on. And then step by step, by discussing with the scientists, we decipher what are the real needs, and we succeed to have an exchange that lead to some precise product. But it happens also, something very general is happening. It's more rare. Most of the time, it's people asking something quite precise.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
With pleasure.
When you cannot, there is from Anna Schrempf a question now. I have to wait with my question. A general question: is it common that employees switch between departments in your company, marketing, sales, etc., or does that only rarely happen? How is this at Takara?
This is a bit difficult to answer, because I think first it depends on the person. At least at Takara Bio Europe, I really mention Europe because in Takara Bio in Japan, they have a totally different system. There is a rolling system, like almost each year they are changing department. But in Europe, I think it depends on opportunities. If there is a new position and a new project that require a specific person, if there is someone already in the company that has the skills for such need and wants to change the position, he can apply. For example, when I started, one of my colleagues was a technical support specialist since years, and he was also a big fan of informatics. And an IT position has been opened, and because he had such good skills, he could apply to that, and he got the position. So he shifted from technical support to IT. And I'm taking also the example of Mathieu Lewis. We were working together at technical support. He was doing also product management in the meantime, and now he moved quite naturally. It's not like that he took a new position that has been open, but it has been more natural. But just to say that naturally a transition occurred, and we used to work in the same team as technical support, and now I'm still in technical support, and Mathieu is a market strategy manager. So yeah, it depends more on the person, I will say.
I understand. And in Japan is a rotation, so you have to have all the skills in one person, so to say.
There is something like this. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that it rolls quite regularly.
Okay. A question of me, when you cannot answer a specific problem or so, then there is a refund in the room, but are you also allowed to refer to another company maybe which has a comparable product? Or is if it's an advantage for the scientist and can help him to solve his problem, of course. I mean, in the end, what the technical support wants is that the experiment is working. And most of the time, to have a full experiment working, you are working with different providers. I don't know, like for cloning, you will use different products. To do a PCR, you will use different products also, like agarose, different thermal cycler, things like that. So naturally, if it's necessary, absolutely, we can recommend another provider. Okay, cool. I think we are at the end now. And I want to thank all of you. It was very great to have you. It was very interactive and we had a lot of questions.